So, we are live. Hello, everybody. I'll wait till he's logging and then we can kick on. I wonder who we have this week. Be interesting, won't it? So, yeah, we got one person coming in. One person's just come in and left. This is like doing an Edinburgh show and you're trying to wait for people to come in. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we got 2 people in now. Lovely. When the numbers got 3, there we go. The numbers are going up. 4. Drop us a nice comment. Let us know you're in, and I'll say hello to you. Hope you've had a good day. Hello there, Danny. You're okay, buddy? Yes, I'm good, Darren John. Thanks a lot, mate. All good. Just to let you know as well who we're in. I'm actually going to be on Jason Manford's show tomorrow night. So I'll put the link up on this video. So get yourself into that as well. You look like Dana White. Yeah, thanks, bad boy. However that is. Yeah, all bald people look the same, mate. That's what it is. Right, so what celebrities have we got this week? Joe Pittman, reveal the celebrities. Oh, right, okay. Which side should we start from? Is it this? We'll go this side. So first of all, we do have Boris Johnson, our Prime Minister, so he is definitely going to be here. If anyone has any questions for Boris, please feel free to drop a comment or drop a message, and I will answer it as Boris. And they were actually moving out to Dara O'Brien from Mock of the Week. So if anybody has any more questions, please feel free. If anyone wants to say anything great, funny, like they're on Mock of the Week, I will actually make sure that I say it as Dara, and then we can actually have a lot of fun with Dara O'Brien, because he says after everything. Actually, do you know what? Here's a story for you, right? I've done an impression of Dara when I was on Britain's Got Talent, and because I do the thing, right? So everyone took the piss out of him on Mock the Week because he goes all the time, right? And he got a bit pissed off with everybody. So then he basically said, do you know what? That guy from Britain's Got Talent, I'm actually going to hunt that man down and I'm going to kill him. So I was outside of my venue in Edinburgh, right? Dara O'Brien is walking past. I went, "Are you Dara? You're right." I said, "I thought you were going to hunt me down and kill me." He went, "I hope you're well, sir. I hope the show goes really well." And I got a photograph with him. Yeah, he was a really nice guy, actually. So there we go. My Donald Trump is actually giving you a 6-pack. That is quite incredible, because basically the only man who's going to give anybody a 6-pack is going to be Joe Wicks. So if anyone's got any questions for Joe Wicks, feel free to give me a question. If anyone wants me to do any exercises as Joe Wicks, I can do some exercises as Joe Wicks. And we're going to move over to our next guest now, which is Jeremy Vine, who is always on the radio. He is always on TV. He's always on Channel 5. I watch him every single morning on Channel 5. So if anybody wants to ask me something as Jeremy Vine, then please feel free. And we're going to move over now to our other guest on the end, who is Priti Patel. And what I find with Priti Patel is the fact that she is very new to my repertoire. So if anybody would like to ask me any questions, particularly on numbers, I will answer them as Priti Patel. So there we go. So there are all the celebrities that are here this week. I'm going to have my swig of lemonade. I hope I don't burp. Oh, here we go. Okay, thank you so much, Matt Bourne. Matt Bourne is a guy who I met via a company called Bema. He's booked a lot of fighters. He got me a very good guest on my podcast, MMA The Beginning, which is Frank Trigg. You can watch that. It's out Saturday. It was a great time. He was a great guest. So who do you think is the least fittest out of your colleagues here tonight? I tell you what we're going to do. We'll ask some more questions, see what they think. Okay, Boris Johnson. Obviously, you weren't doing press-ups correctly the other day. What do you think about your fitness? Well, considering the fact that I have come out of a hospital and I have survived COVID, I believe I can do press-ups really, really well. So out of all of these people, I would say that I am the fittest person out of all of these people. Okay, thank you very much, Boris. We're going to move over now to Dara O'Brien. Dara, do you think you're fitter than everybody here? Well, if I'm perfectly honest with you, I really, really couldn't give a shit whether I am as fit as anybody here, because I'm actually a comedian, Boris. I'm actually a comedian. I'm not a politician. You're a politician. You're not a fitness expert. So don't be making out that you are a fitness expert. Okay, thank you so much. We're going to move over now to Jeremy Vaughan. Jeremy, would you say you're fitter than anybody here on the panel? Well, actually, Joe, you may notice that I ride my bike quite a lot. It's very well documented. I ride my bike so much that I piss off black cab drivers. And black cab drivers also piss me off too. So because I'm always on my bicycle, I think I am the fittest out of everybody here. Well, actually, Jeremy, I spoke about my press-ups, but I also ride my bike. And not only that, I also play tennis. So fuck you. Well, that is really dreadful language. Really, really dreadful. I'm really sorry, listeners and viewers. I apologize that the Prime Minister has literally just said the F word. Jeremy, please, you are actually not. You are not hosting anything right now. I know that you love the sound of your own voice and you are constantly on TV. And at the moment, you are not. You are getting impersonated. So please, please, wind your neck in. Priti Patel, would you say, she's over there. Would you say you are a fit lady? Well, to be honest, what I would like to say is my last time that I got when I was doing a 100-meter sprint was 5 minutes and 17 seconds. And I think that is a very, very good time. Okay, we're going to decide now who's the fittest. I really don't know, because I really think all of these people are filling me full of shit. So there we go, Matt. Your question is answered by Joe Wicks. Whew, God, that's tiring. Right, next question. That's crazy going into all them different. It confuses your brain. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, where am I at here? Right. Ask Boris if he'll force the Saudi takeover of the Toon. Well, thank you so much for the question, Norman. I generally do this quite a lot. When somebody asks me a question, I say thank you so much for the question, because what that actually does is it gives me time to answer the question, and also it lets me waffle on to the point where I hope that you have forgotten what you have actually asked me in the first place. So my answer to that, Norman, I really don't follow football. So hang on. There's a sport Boris doesn't do, everybody. He says that he does every single sport. I didn't say that I do every single sport. I said I ride my bike. I said that I play tennis, and I also say that I can do correct push-ups. Okay, Boris, well, I only said that I ride my bike and I don't boast, and you've actually got a question on football and you could not answer it correctly. Well, I will answer the question. What was the question again? Yes, I would definitely love to enforce. That's the question. He'll force the Saudi takeover of the Toon. Yes, I think it's a very, very good thing for the club, Norman, and I really think that it would be much better than having that greedy, fat bastard in there, Mike Ashley. Yes, duh. Hi, Dara. Any news on the new series of Mock the Week? Well, actually, I do have some idea when the new series will be out. We cannot do Mock the Week without an audience, and a social distancing audience will be slightly more difficult. And when there is no laughter in the audience, I will literally, after every single joke, not just my jokes, but everybody else's joke, I will have to go, just to kill the time. So there we go. There's Dara as I answered the question. Next one. Ask Boris if Bora will get promoted. Well, thank you so much for your question, Liam. Liam Prosser. When we are looking at borrow, there are certain things that you can borrow. And if you are borrowing something, then I genuinely think that you will not be promoted because when it comes to borrowing, for example, money, you are then in debt. So if you are then in debt, there is no way you are getting promoted. So thank you so much, Liam, for your question. And I think borrowing will not get you promoted. Yes, I think that's what he meant. Right, after reaching the grand old age. Okay, Jeremy Vine, there's a question for Jeremy. After reaching the grand old age of 55, do you think your career has peaked at Eggheads or being poor man's Matthew Wright? Well, first of all, I've got to say, there is an Egghead who is currently doing an impression of me, Seymour. And when it comes to Matthew Wright, I really prefer it if you did not mention that man's name. Because it is not the Matthew Wright show. It is the Jeremy Vine show. Like on BBC Radio 2. I love being on BBC Radio 2 because what I do is I play songs at the most unexpected moments. For example, I will talk about something and then all of a sudden play a song and really, really surprise everybody. For example, I would say something like, there is a lady who is 87 years of age. She went into Aldi and bought a tin of beans for 17p. It should have been 7p. This is a massive outrage and a huge disgrace. He's the Bee Gees. I go straight in. But I got to say, Seymour, my career has definitely not peaked. I have got more and more things to do. And do not mention Matthew Wright ever again. And the Egghead is the one doing the impression of me. Like I said earlier. Thank you so much for your question. Dara, are you Dana White's stunt double, and have you ever been to Trump's China? Well, I've got to say, thank you so much, Matt, for the question. And basically, am I Dana White's stunt double? I don't know who Dana White is, if I'm honest with you. However, I do know that I think it's something about cage fighting or something like that. And I know there's a man from Dublin, from my hometown, who is more famous than me, called Conor McGregor, and that pisses me off because I was the most famous man in Dublin before he actually came about. But I would actually like to look at Dana White, and apparently he's probably bald, like every other person that I look like. For example, Harry Hill, Ross Kemp, Phil Mitchell, every other bald person in the world. So I'm not Dana White's stunt double, and I can't do stunts. Boris, can you do stunts? Well, actually, funny you say that. If anybody has seen me on my BMX, I have stunt pegs on the back, and I can pull the most fantastic wheelie. And you may have seen me going up Downing Street just after I got out of hospital, and I just wheel the shit out of it. And there I go. Even Pretty Patel may have seen me do that wheelie. What degrees was I on, Pretty? The degrees that you were on was round about 360 degrees. And well, that is clearly wrong, because if I was doing 360 degrees, I would have done a whole backflip. And I said, I literally just had the wheels going up. Well, I prefer not to answer if it's about questions. Thank you, Boris. There we go. Next question. Anyone got any? Do Harry Hill. He's not in the. I've got to do these celebrities. These are the rules, you see. Anyone who's just come in, you've got to ask one of these 5 celebrities a question. So we've got Pretty Patel, Jeremy Vine, Joe Wicks, Dara O'Brien, and Boris Johnson. So If anyone wants me to do a specific exercise as Joe Wicks, I can. That's absolutely fine, you know. Okay, so if anybody wants me to do any exercises as Joe Wicks, I could do a plank for as long as you want. I could do star jumps. I could do press-ups. I mean, I have to move my camera so you can see me do these exercises. So, yeah, there we go. Any more questions? Or any more requests from these people? Is there any particular thing that you want me to say as these people? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be questions. Feel free to drop in while I drink my lemonade. Okay, right, I'm going to do a handstand press up against the door. Right, well, this is a challenge. Right, hang on. Right, my batteries. No, I should be right for battery. Okay, right, I'm going to do, we've got the other spare room. Right, we're going to go to the other spare room. I'm going to do a handstand press up against the door. It's Joe Wick. I'll do it against the wall. I've actually got my yoga mat here as well. Right, hang on, I'll move this out the way. I've got my yoga mat, right? Right, I'm going to do a handstand press up. There we go. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is the best I can do as a handstand press up. So there you go. Right, I'm going to move me device. Whew. It's giving me a workout, this. Thanks, Matt. Don't be giving me any Frank Triggs. Oh, thank you so much, Holly Jade. Now, this is another. Right. Hang on. Right, I'm sorted. I'm putting my laptop back to how it should be. And I've got power, because otherwise it's just going to go off. Right. There we go. Any more questions? I've just done a handstand press up. Oh, there we go. Boris, what's the crack with your hair? The reason my hair is as it is because I was the originator of the Corona cut. So basically, while everybody else was going to the barbers, I have always cut my own hair anyway. So that is the reason my hair is the way it is. My advice to people would be this: have messy hair, and you won't have to worry about your hair for the rest of your life, because people expect you to have messy hair. So that is your answer, Holly Jade Singer. And she's a fantastic singer as well, by the way. So there we go. There is your answer. Duh. Well, enough exercise for that day, I tell you. Right. Next question. So, Boris, how is it you've got a face like a slapped ass, yet seem to get laid quite frequently? Well, I've got to say, Seymour, when you are throwing insults at people and saying they are ugly, when they are getting laid all the time, there is something clearly wrong with your negative behavior, because even though you don't think that you are a fantastically looking man, confidence is everything. If you believe that you are going to get laid, you will get laid. And if you can bullshit your way into anything, then literally you can bullshit your way into meeting a nice girl and having the most amazing intercourse. So there we go. There is your question answered, Seymour Butts. There we go. That's how Boris gets laid all the time. Pretty, do you always lead in the singing of 1990? My answer to that would be 99 bottles of beer on the wall would take me a very, very long time, because if I was to sing that question, I thought you were going to question about the fact of my other favourite song, which is 99 Red Balloons. But if I had 99 red balloons and I let go, they would all just disappear because they would fly in the air. Whereas if I had 99 bottles of beer on the wall, if I knocked 2 of them off, I would have the amount of bottles of beer that I would have would be. Next question, thank you. There we go, next question. I think she answered that one for you, Matt. Dara, any tips to see? Any tips to see the meteor show tonight if it's cloudy? Well, if it is cloudy, what I would say is the fact that when it comes to meteors, I would say they were actually my favorite football when I was a kid. The Meteor Delta Premier League is my favorite football. If it is cloudy, if you kick it in the air, and you will not see the ball, it will basically be a game of spot the ball. So what would happen is you kick the ball in the air, basically a drop kick, and it would go into the air, and you wouldn't see. So basically, you wouldn't see a meteor in the air tonight. Meteor shower in the air tonight if it was cloudy. But that would be a meteor shower of footballs as well. No. So there we go. Oh, you mean the meteor, not the mitre? Oh, sorry, I got that wrong. My tips to see the meteor would be to go outside and try and find it. So yeah, just go outside and look for it, I think. I mean, I'm normally an expert when it comes to physics. However, Danny Posthill is talking with me, and he literally knows fuck all about physics. So there's the honest answer for you. Thank you so much, Norton. Susie Norton Susie. I love it when people sort of change the names round on Facebook. Any more questions before we move on? Does anybody have any more questions? Who would win in a bike ride between me and Boris? I think we should have that. What do you think? Well, I definitely know that I would win. The only reason that he would win is because my hair would get into my face and I would not be able to see where I would be going. So that is the only way you could beat me. I reckon I'd be able to beat you by fitness, actually, Boris. I'm a hell of a lot leaner than you are. I know that you are a lot more lenient than me, Jeremy. So I do get that, but that is the main reason. I am just as fit as you, and I do a lot more sports than you do. But this is just one sport. It's just cycling. It's just a cycling game, and it would be a race. And I think we should have a race down central London with cab drivers either side of us. Who would get knocked off first by the cab drivers? Oh, well, I certainly think it would be you. Definitely. Them two just having a bit of a row there over the fact that who would win in a race between Jeremy Vine and Boris Johnson. Okay, any more questions before I wrap up? Because I've got a Chinese waiting downstairs. Do you know what? Matt Bourne has rang me twice, and every time he's rang me, I've always had a Chinese. That is so bad, isn't it? It's just coincidental. Every time Matt Bourne's name just pops up, I just happen to be having Chineses all the time. Really bad, really bad. I need a dietitian. I'm sure you'll be able to put me in touch with someone, Matt, because all the MMA fighters that you know. Anyone got any more questions before I wrap up? Dara, tell us why we should be tuning in on Thursday for the Jason Masters. That is a very, very good question. Because we have got a fantastic lineup. We got Russell Howard, who has been on Mock of the Week, is a great comedian. We've also got Jason Manford, obviously hosting the show, and we've also got an impressionist on there called Danny Posthill, who apparently does me, and it sounds nothing like me. So tune in on Thursday for the Jason Manford show. I will put the link on the comments of this video so you can click on and come and watch the show, where I'll actually be doing material, so it won't be improvised like this. So there we go. Thanks for that, Matt. Lovely. And I never send you any Chinese. Well, by the time it gets there, mate, it'll be gone cold. Saying that though, cold Chinese. Oh God, you can't beat it. I always leave me Chinese, right? I always end up leaving some, and then the next day, cold Chinese is just amazing, isn't it? Oh, you can't beat cold Chinese, especially when you're a bit hungover. You're like that. Oh, beautiful. It beats muesli any day of the week. So there we go. I think that's all the questions you have asked me. There's no more questions coming in for these celebrities. If anyone wants a personalised voice note, feel free to click on the Joke Pit page. If anyone would like to donate, because obviously us comedians are out of work at the moment, feel free to drop a donation into my Joke Pit page. And I'm also doing personalised press conferences as Trump and Boris. If you want to get together with a family and book me for that, then I'm happy to do that for you. Any more questions before I go? Oh, Seymour, thought you'd throw one in. So, Dara, have any thought about taking elocution lessons? Well, if I did go to elocution lessons, how would I sound? How would I sound if I took elocution lessons? I would probably just sound like that, like somebody else from Dublin. Do you know what I mean? I would probably sound a bit more articulate, and somebody sounds a bit more understanding. And that's what I would probably sound. But I like the way that I sound already, because the air thing really sells my comedy, and it's the air thing is really good, just in case I don't get a laugh, and I go just to cover up the fact that it didn't get a laugh. So I would not ever go and take elocution lessons, Seymour. But thank you so much. God, I spat on myself there. Just give myself a shower. I want the news, not the weather. So there we go. There are all your questions answered. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see what celebrities that we have next week. Also, if anyone wants to request any celebrities that we've had before, feel free. Oh, someone's missed it. Desmond Crawford. I missed this. Joe Wicks. Why are your home exercises so hard to do? Desmond, I know you've just come in really late. What we're going to do is we're going to do a quick, easy exercise for you now. Before we go, we're going to do 10 star jumps. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. We're going to move it up. Move it up. We're going to do 10 star jumps. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go, Desmond. That's an easy exercise. Anybody can do. What I would say, though, is do your exercises. Don't be like Danny Posthill and get a Chinese straight after, because it doesn't work. You can't train a diet. Get my cookbook and eat as much healthy food as you can whilst at the same time exercising. So there we go, Desmond. There is your question answered. Who's just come in late? Oh, there you go. Thank you, Desmond. That's it. Just do the Joe Wicks exercises, but don't eat Chinese all the time like I do. That's what spoils it for you. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to cut you off, and I'm going to go and have my Chinese, funnily enough. Join me next week, where I will have some different celebrities. Like I say, if there's any celebrities that we've had before in the previous episodes that you want to see again, feel free and drop comments who you want to see next week.